Hey everybody, Rory from A&S Gear. We're looking at a gun today. This is the Blitz Evo 2. So this is the newest version of the Evo. So let's open it up and look inside. Azodin's been making great guns at a reasonable price for a while now. I'm sure a lot of people look at this and they go, oh, it's like a spider. But a lot of guns are like a spider, or a Kingman gun. So let's not go down that path right now. What you're going to get in the box is gun, barrel, two-piece barrel. That's just nice to have. Plus you're going to get a barrel sleeve, O-rings, Allen keys, extra screws, manual. I've already said that. Basic stuff. Basic fare inside your box here. Yeah, just a basic box. Nothing fancy. Kind of like a box. Alright, so I believe the barrel to be a 689. Cocker threaded, two-piece barrel, 14-inch, right there. This is the purple aqua one right here. It's a dust purple with the polish aqua or teal, depending on what you want to look at. A lot of the features that we first saw in the KP series, like the KP3s, translated over. You get the nice macro fitting on there, but we'll kind of just go around in a circle and talk about the features that are on it. We'll start at the very front and kind of move our way back. It does have the adjustable valve timing in here, so I think they call it the 0-2 on there. This allows you to control the amount of pressure on the cup seal when it reseats against the valve. So if you have a tighter spring or a heavier or a spring that pushes harder, it's going to close that valve quicker. If you have a softer one, it's going to not close as quick, and that kind of is like a dwell setting for a gun that doesn't have a dwell setting in it. If you can control how long the valve stays open, you can control how much air goes through, and you can control basically very, very, I don't want to call it finite, but you have some sort of control over the efficiency of the gun, how much air the valve is using to shoot the ball out of there. So you can control that through the front here. That's something that I would only say if you're experienced with the gun, play around with that. Otherwise, just leave it alone. Moving around the top, clamping feed neck. Gotta have a clamping feed neck. It makes things so much easier. A nice large knob to turn it with your hand. Brake beam eye system, so you've got all the benefits of having something monitoring the breach inside the gun, so you know, or the gun knows when there's a paintball in, when there's not a paintball in. It's just less likely to chop paint or break paint when you're trying to shoot at higher rates of fire. Now, don't take that as the gun doesn't chop or it won't chop paintballs. There's no such thing as a gun that won't break paintballs. Every gun can do it. Depends on the paint, depends on the board, depends on the outside temperature, depends on all sorts of things. But brake beam eye systems definitely help mitigate that problem and keep it to a minimum. Make sure you take care of the system though. Keep it clean, keep it serviced so that dirt and debris and just use don't make it not function as well. So brake beam eyes in there. We've got our bolt back here. See that right there, just a normal bolt, nothing fancy, easy to remove, pop right out of there. Put that back in. Slight adjustment through the back right here. You do have control over the mainspring so that you can make minute adjustments in velocity through the mainspring. The way this is set up, well, we'll jump down to the regulator right now. So the regulator is going to control the overall pressure coming into your gun. The majority of the pressure running from the tank gets adjusted through the regulator, comes up into the gun, which is what shoots the ball, makes the gun recock itself, does all those things. So once we get a basic pressure into the gun that is appropriate to make it both cycle and shoot at velocity, then we can use this adjustment back here to make fine adjustments. If we want to go up a couple feet per second, down a couple feet per second, let's really fit it into where we need to accommodate the rules and regulations of whatever field you're playing at. But it's a fine line between the two working together. You don't want to overdo this one because doing this one might not make your gun, you might not be able to lower velocity enough. But if you don't run enough pressure into your gun, regardless of what you do at the back here, your gun might not work. So this has to be set at a pressure or needs to be at a pressure where the gun can function properly. Then you can adjust it with the back right here. You can't solely rely on one or the other. Come down to the trigger down here, two-finger electric trigger or electric frame setup, it's an electric trigger. This has all your current tournament modes, PSP, semi-auto, NXL, and you can adjust the rate of fire on preset settings. I don't believe they give you complete control over like balls per second and things like that. They're preset, I think. I know that's the way they were in the past. So yeah, you've got semi-auto, NXL, Millennium, PSP, burst, and full auto. So they are preset. So semi-auto is 20 balls per second. You've got two, a 20 BPS and a 10 BPS. NXL Millennium is 10.5, which is tournament legal. No, it's 10.2. I think it is 10.2. But anyway, it's 10.5. PSP at 12.5, burst at 12.5, and full auto at 10.5. So those options are there. And I know that you can hook these up to the, there's a programming board that I have and that a lot of your local shops will have as well, where they can go in and they can adjust the BPS on them. But again, it sets it. You can't just go in as the user and go into the thing and be like boop, 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 and change it. You have to have this block programming device, and it lets you set whatever mode at whatever BPS, and that's just how it stays until you would go in and set it again with that programming device. But it is possible. Come down to the bottom. I love these macro line fittings that they have. Swivels right there. They look super cool, easy to use. Plus the on-off ASA at the bottom. You know, that's really should be on most guns as well. So it's just a newer version of the Evo. I think it has some cool features on it. It feels great. They shoot good. As long as you maintain any paintball gun, they're going to perform for you. So take care of your guns, keep them in good working order, and they will take care of you as well. So check it out on the website. There's a bunch of different colors you can look at. This is the Azodin Evo 2, available through the website. Order yours now through ansgear.com.